Welcome back to Movies TV Mad and Friday's edition of the Movies TV Mad Daily Bite Size. Look at that. Yeah, that is David Corenswet's dog. David Corenswet's playing Superman and Clark Kent in James Gunn's Superman movie. Forget the dog, as lovely as he looks, but look what's behind him. Yes, it looks like this is going to be David Corenswet's Superman cape, or it could be a big tease from James Gunn. Well, it is a tease. He could be luring us into false pretenses, but it does look like Superman's cape. Now, what we can't tell here is if the Superman logo is going to be there, and if it's going to be that bright yellow logo that Christopher Reeve's cape had. So very, very interesting. Let me know what you make of that cape. Just looking at it there, it looks okay. It looks longish, which it should be, but without seeing it on the actor, without seeing it on David, we really have no idea. Anyway, Boba Talks did point out something very, very interesting. He went back to James Gunn's post when he officially announced that Nicholas Hoult would be playing Lex Luthor. Now, this is what he had to say, and I think we didn't really take much notice of it at the time. Nicholas Hoult is Lex Luthor in Superman, and I couldn't be happier. We went out to dinner last night to celebrate and discuss how we can create a Lex Luthor that will be different from anything you've ever seen before and we'll never forget. But what we didn't notice is these different little diagrams he put up with that post. You know, we got kind of these scientific instruments. We've got a microscope and different implements. Now, this week we've had some leaks, rumours, we don't know if they're true or not, that Nicholas Hoult's Lex Luthor will create a clone of Superman, which will be called Ultraman. Now, in the comics, Ultraman is this multiversal opposite to Superman, who is a villain. In this film, he's going to be a clone, or that's what the leaks and rumours are saying. So I think what we can gauge here, and going back with what James said about Nicholas Hoult's interpretation of Lex, is that this Lex Luthor will not be a billionaire businessman. He will be a mad scientist. Now, of course, originally, Lex Luthor was a mad scientist. He wasn't a billionaire businessman. But in the 80s, comic book writers decided Lex being a mad scientist was a bit of a hackneyed idea. So they made him into a billionaire businessman. I'm absolutely fine with this. I think this would be amazing. I think this would be different and bold. I can see this Lex Luthor, and I can see Nick Hoult playing Lex as this Dr. Victor Frankenstein, and this Ultraman as this Frankenstein's monster. And I prefer that than Lex Luthor being this Gene Hackman kind of comedy James Bond villain, you know. So I was getting a bit concerned about that, considering we've got a Miss Tessmacher and an Otis. But maybe Otis and Miss Tessmacher are experiments, are clones, are beings that evil mad scientist Lex Luthor created. That's probably my imagination running riot. I do have a bit of a vivid imagination, but yeah, it's going to be very different. And this tells me that this is going to be more intriguing, more interesting, bolder, and different. But I forgot all about that post, so thank you, Boba, for that, because it did kind of make me focus on the fact that I think this Lex is going to be a mad scientist. And I think this is perfect for Nick Hoult. He's such a talented actor, and it's going to be very, very interesting what he does with this role. There's no question this is going to be a very, very different type of Superman movie. I welcome that. I want a different type of movie. I'm fed up of nostalgia bait. I want to be thrilled. I want to be surprised. I want to be shocked. And I think with this film, we're going to be.